Hi, here's my vlog for the it's 1:46 p.m. on the 1st of March, Friday at 1:47. I got up at 1, but I've been kind of sitting here. I haven't even smoked even a reefer yet. I just called my mom, and then I called the bank. They didn't call me back yesterday, so I called them and talked to another dude. Talked to a woman yesterday, talked to a dude today. He said he was going to email me the app. So I'm going to go and fill out the application, and I have to fill out my Medicaid application. My mom thinks I can get Medicaid application because I got diagnosed for Asperger's in 2015. And I was on Medicaid. And if you can get Asperger's Medicaid, you can make up to $5,000 a month. But anyway, so I'm going to apply for that. I guess she said it takes forever. But the application that the dude sent me won't take forever. So yesterday, I got up kind of late. Not that late though, maybe 10, I don't know. But I was working all day, trying to do my... I actually did kind of get up late. It was maybe noon or something because I was up until like 5 in the morning the day before working. So yesterday... I continued working on my studio. Like, day before yesterday was the first day that I kind of got started on the studio. Yesterday was the first full day. So I'm going to try to work on the studio until next Sunday. Just give myself a little over a week, like a week. And then, starting on Monday, that's when I'll start taking all of the, using the studio seriously. But I think it'll be kind of less stressful if I just sit and just prepare for a week, or at least until the weed runs out. I got a little bit more. I got $30 of weed. I cracked into my savings account because I realized I'm never going to pay my taxes this year anyway, so I might as well use that as spending money. Unless I get my fucking loan. So maybe I'll run out until I run out of weed. It wasn't even that much, but it's good stuff. Because I don't want to buy more weed after it. Or I'll just go a week. Because last night I actually did have an epiphany. Because I was saying in my video yesterday, I can't do the bi-weekly history test until I do the studio. That's actually not true. I actually don't need anything to do the bi-weekly history test. The only thing I need to do the bi-weekly history test is the freaking video camera. So I can just go into my wherever I am. I was going to take it in my bathroom. And just do it and grade myself and upload it. That's all I have to do. As soon as I take my first bi-weekly my first history test, and I call it the bi-weekly, but I'll be doing one every day. That's the point where, dang, my TV just turned on. That's the point where I will, start like not be apprehensive about asking for money. Not feeling like I'm not ready. Some idiot people and some of these educational foundations might say or anybody with money might say something ridiculous like you have to polish your website more. It's like, bitch, you're not me. Fucking stop judging me, motherfucker. Maybe you should polish your life. Get to know your kids a little bit. No, I'm ready for people to give me money now. Because I'm broke. I've been saying I make $50,000 a year. No. The most I ever made in a month would be of equivalent to that. I make about $24,000 a year. I make shit. And I'm like $25,000 in debt. I'm drowning in debt, so I need help. And me getting a job, that's not what the world needs, man. Me doing my project, my website, and changing the world is what the world needs. So, man, my gums are screwed. I should buy like an electric toothbrush. I have an electric water pressure toothbrush. Maybe I could see if that can replace a toothbrush, because I saw a video. See, my teeth went yellow, and the all of the enamel peeled off, the gums peeled off, and my teeth went yellow all around because I've been a dentist for like 5 or 6 years because I don't have the money for it. So I was Googling and like how you do self-care. I think I may have bought like a thing, whatever those scrapers are called. And somebody was saying you need to brush your teeth for two minutes, 2 times a day. So I think I brushed my teeth 2 minutes and I completely tore the inside of my gums. So I think I need to get like a. If you're gonna brush your teeth for 2 minutes without destroying your gums, you need to have a brand new toothbrush that doesn't fray out. Isn't frayed out, and actually you're brushing your gums. But I think maybe I could get like a mechanical toothbrush. I have like a water pressure. We'll see what that does. But I don't think that's supposed to be used as the main thing. Anyway. So yeah, yesterday I was working, trying to get my studio. Oh, but I started out yesterday feeling so freaking sick. I felt so sick. I was barely functionable. It took me a while to get going, and I think I basically felt like I was sick. Like I didn't have a temperature, but other than that, I was like sick, like dehydrated or something. So at the time, I chalked it up to just days of lack of proper nutrition. So I went into Subway and I got an $8, foot-long veggie sandwich, and I ate that. And it took me forever to eat it because I was so sick. And then I went over to my mom's house because, at night, because I was working, right? And then at night, I was like just fixing up things, and that night I was like, oh man, it totally sucks that I can't do like, movies, Netflix and YouTube and Amazon movies, Apple movies and YouTube and all that kind of stuff with my bike TV, because you need an Apple TV for that, and I don't have the money for that. But then all of a sudden I went, oh shit, I remember a few years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I talked my mom to buying an Apple TV because I thought that the voice control or the remote was better, so she got one, and I hooked it up and we worked it, and then she stopped using it. So I was like, you know what, she's probably not even using it. So I called her, she said she'd give it to me. I went over there. Yeah, she doesn't need it. She already uses something else, so I just grabbed it. It wasn't even plugged up. So all of a sudden I had an Apple TV. I brought it back here. I hooked it up to my TV. I downloaded all the different apps, all the different channels and everything. And then I was like smoking reefer and watching music videos and just tripping out like, oh, dude. Because now, making sure that the earphones can connect, I figured out how to get my headphones connected to it, my earphones connected to it. It all worked out great. And, yeah, it was like super, super cool, man. To level up my studio like that. And then, and so then I was working on the studio. So what I figured out in the studio yesterday was, because see, I put this studio together like 3 years ago. And it was when my other roommate still lived here, and then I abandoned it because I got sucked into my website again. The black hole of my Vortex website. You should check it out and donate money, or tell a rich person to donate money, dude. I'm starting to lose patience with these fucking rich people, man, who are broke. I call them the rich brokes. I'm so rich. I own so much. I am so fucking broke. It's like poverty mentality. The people with the biggest poverty mentality are the rich people. Do you know how we won World War II? Rich people. We all of a sudden, because we had no choice, or else we'd all be speaking German now, we taxed rich people 90%. And that's why we had that golden era of America from 1945 all the way up until halfway through the end of 1970s. It was because they taxed the rich people 90%, and then after the war, we kept on taxing them 90% because we realized what you could do if you tax rich people 90%. You can win a fucking war. You can send 1,000 B-17 bombers into the air at once and build the nuclear bomb. You can do whatever the fuck you want. If all you have to do is tax rich people 90%. But then, it took them like 30 years to play their games and get their money back. And so now they're not taxed at all. And we're back to where we were in the Gilded Age, and we can't afford to give any money to Ukraine. Unless, of course, it gets desperate and all of a sudden we tax them 90% and we're back fixed again. So, yeah, it's all rich people's fault, man. They're the poverty mentality of the fucking rich people. I don't have anything. And then they go into excuses. I can't give you money because I worked so hard and you have to have a job. It's like, dude, if I had a job, I wouldn't be able to work on the website, you fucking poverty rich person. So anyways, that's why as soon as I start doing because there's this smartest man in the room thing. That's the other thing that rich people like to do. I've experienced it. So if somebody makes enough money, they have a bunch of money, millions of dollars, for some stupid ass reason, like some evil industry they're in that any idiot could do. All of a sudden, they're smarter than you in philosophy, common sense, politics, just everything. They're just better than you. It's kind of like Caligula thinking he's God. You know, like everybody thinks that Trump thinks he's God. Trump is the only rich person who thinks he's God. All those motherfuckers do. They all think that they're better than you because they have more money. So as soon as I take that history test, boom, I'm the smartest motherfucker in the room. Like, according to the law. Like, but actually, not in somebody's stupid head. Because you don't have smartest man in the room is this richest guy written anywhere in the Constitution, I guarantee you. Or the law code. Well, maybe in the law code if you were to interpret it with taxes. But no, it's not written that way. He with the most dies with the most toys wins, or he who has the most toys is the smartest. It's not written anywhere down. And nobody would write that down. It's this like joke, this inside joke that they have, smirking at everybody. So just write it down. Smartest guy in the room is the guy who does the best on the history test. Boom. And so then all of a sudden I can go to some rich motherfucker and I'll be like, hey asshole, guess who's the smartest dude in the room? Me. And they can be like, oh no. And I'll be, well, take the test, dude. If you score higher on the test, then you get to be the smartest guy in the room. But you can't be the smartest guy in the room just for having money. And you can't be the richest guy in the world, but also flat broke because you think that everybody else is shit and doesn't deserve anything, only you, and that's why you're going to go get another McLaren. It's fucking insane. So yeah, that's basically what I'm saying is, as soon as I take that test one time, and see, the thing is, I don't even have to do well at the test. I could do so horribly that any rich person or any poor person, anybody could look at it and go, holy shit, you suck, I could kick your ass. Well, you could say that you kicked my ass. Saying that you could kick my ass and kicking my ass are two totally different things. So it's like, maybe you're not kicking my ass because you know that all you can do is say that you can kick my ass at the history test. So anyways, that's where I can get super aggressive and kind of then at that point, the only thing holding me back is my time. You know, there's no like thought of like, oh, maybe I need to tie up the loose ends on something. There's no tying up loose ends on anything. But I mean, I was thinking last night because I was kind of desperate for money. I was like, man, I should just do the test fucking like tomorrow. But no, I don't think I'm like that desperate. I just called. They never called me back from my bank for the loan. So I called them back again, and then I told somebody, yeah, I think I just said the guy just sent me the application. They rejected my $25,000 loan at the credit union yesterday because they said there's no continuance, which is just hilarious. Because the way that I've been making money, I don't want to say how it, but it's been the same exact way for the last 100 fucking years. And if there's no continuance with me, we're all dead. Everybody lives their life as though there's continuance, infinite continuance in my industry. So to switch the rules around on me, oh, I don't have the continuance. And like when I'm the solution to all the problems, like I'm going to teach people how to live in a world where there's no fucking energy. We have to ride our bikes everywhere if that happens. And I'm figuring it out for everybody. So I'm the answer to continuances with Earth, with the dying planet. So anyway, so hopefully my own bank will give me my $25,000 loan. And you know, oh, so let me say what else I did. So I was you know, fiddling and plugging and stuff, and I was like, why is my phone? I mean, because I wanted to try to, you know, this was 3 years ago. I have no what the fuck idea what I'm doing. I'm looking at these buttons like, what the fuck? 3 years ago, I don't remember. And so one of my cameras is like, doesn't show anything. I was like, why the hell does the camera not show anything? It says, oh, no memory, no media, flashing no media or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And like, why is it not showing the video camera? Because I remember it would show the video camera before. So I took the camera off of its stand. This is just the first one, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, what's the problem? I opened up the side deck. Yeah, no media. There's no freaking micro SD card in the camera. And I'm like, there's no SD card. So I went and I looked in the next camera. Okay, go and grab a camera and an SD card. I open up another camera. I open it, no SD card. So now I have two cameras, no SD card. So I went and I had to order 2 more cameras, $70 more, $35 each, 625 or whatever, 648 gigabyte micro SD card. So anyway, I plugged up another camera that did have an SD card because I I don't know how many cameras I have in total, but it's like 6 or something. They're all the same exact camera. It's the Sony HD Handycam, the HDR like 460Z or whatever. I don't remember. It's that camera. It's the cheapest. It's the cheapest camcorder that you can buy on Amazon. It's like $220. And I like Sony. Sony's quality. I have a TV in my room that's Sony. But the problem is that, and then as soon as I plug it in, it would be like, oh, we can't play back with plug-in, and I'm like, what? So I started like I YouTubed streaming with the Sony Handycam, blah blah blah, and somebody did a video specifically about this camera, streaming with this camera. And he's like, oh yeah, one of the downsides is you can't have it plugged in while you're streaming. So I'm like, okay, good, I figured that out. So I unplugged it, and then the video comes. So the video came in, this feed came in. I got 2 cameras to get feed at the same time, or hit the button. I figured out my different swipes, what those buttons did. I even figured out something where you do lower thirds and top, different layering. And so I was like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. And so I kind of, got to the beginning. I was hitting buttons on my mixer, and it was doing all these sounds, and I recorded it. So when I'm done with this video, I'm gonna take the. I don't have the Mini Extreme ISO because I don't think it wasn't in stock when I bought it, and I don't think they even were building it. There's the Mini Extreme, and then there's the Mini Extreme ISO. The ISO is the one that can record everything. But you don't even need an ISO because with the Mini Extreme, all you have to do is plug in a memory card, a memory stick, and you just hit the record button, which is right next to the go live button. So you just hit them at the same time, boom, and then it records it. So you don't need the ISO. You can just if you ever want to like splice out or edit something that you were streaming, or like or just test it for testing purposes, all you have to do is pull out the little micro SD card and plug it into the computer and download whatever you were streaming onto your computer. And so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to see if the all those sound effects got onto the, because what gets saved onto the card is exactly what you stream. So I just wanted to know if the sound effects got onto the stream, onto the card. And I did stream yesterday. It was super easy. All I had to do was copy paste some key, and then I hit like stream button on the YouTube or whatever, and I saw that it was streaming for 2 minutes. 4 people watched it. It was pretty cool. It wasn't streaming me. It was just a screen, but yeah. And then I wanted to try to hook up my HyperDeck, but HyperDeck needs to know what the like IP address of the deck is and all this other thing. I have to know. I was only able to get 2 cameras hooked up, so I have to like trace the cables to know like which cable goes to what camera and know why these certain cameras aren't going, and like what buttons I have to push, because I have 8 ports for cameras, but like 2 of those ports have to be for the HyperDeck, because I think one HyperDeck takes 2 ports because it takes 2 of these huge like cards that hold all the videos, which is fine, I think. And then another port is taken by something else. And then, so, I have 8 ports, but I can't have 8 cameras on those 8 ports. So if I want like 6 or 8 cameras, that's when I have to do the splicers. And so maybe I just didn't figure out all the splicers, and that's why the cameras aren't working. So, I have to know which buttons to push, yeah. But as far as like the TVs, I have this one that's a 4-way, and all I have to do is turn the TV on, and the Xbox decides which TV to send the movie to. So I don't know, maybe if I get a super one of those, I don't even have to do the splicer, and it'll just decide which feed to send it through based on whichever camcorder was turned on last. I don't know, but anyways, it's just that random stuff that just those little random dealios that I have to figure out. So I have to stream. Whenever I stream myself during the day, I can't stream myself for more than an hour because these stupid ass camcorders can't stay charged for more than an hour. More or less. I can only stream for as long as these camcorders can stay charged. And then when one of the camcorders dies, what I have to do is just close it, turn it off, and then plug it up and let it charge again, because it can't record and charge it. If I hadn't known that, I wouldn't have bought this camcorder, but they never said that. I didn't know. And also, if I could have had more money, I could have bought the camcorder from ATEM. They make their own camcorders, and then I could remote control them, zoom in, out, move them around, fucking all this cool shit. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not that big of a deal. Because like I could stream myself, just get in the habit of stream myself for an hour or two, however long the cameras last. And then I just plug the cameras up. I go off on a bike ride. When I come back, I can do streaming for the next part, and they're all charged again. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's what I'm up to. I've got like, I blew a bunch of money yesterday. I had to blow 70 more bucks on SD cards, and I'm waiting on today 2 more USB cables to charge my cameras because the USB cables weren't at the locations. You know, yesterday I came in because I had to buy 50 bucks more. I know the money for these 2 more stands because I didn't have the proper stands for the cameras coming off the ceiling. I was trying to do some kind of a zip tie thing, didn't work. So yeah, and I'm using a credit card that only has a $2,000 limit. It might be getting at the end, but I got a new credit card. I got a 5th credit card day before yesterday on Amazon. I was just on Amazon, like I needed to order something, and there was this big thing in the middle. Hey, you want another card? I was like, fuck yeah, I want another card. Yeah, but it's 30%. I'm like, the fuck? So I didn't buy anything with it. They're like, and now it's your default card. I'm like, I think I'll go back to the other card and like let that like max out because I wanted to read the terms. Like, do I get any leeway in the interest, or are you just gonna slap me with 30% off the top? Because 30%, that's fucking highway robbery. That's insane. Anyway, and it's actually not like don't fuck with Synchrony cards because that was supposed to be like a 33% card, and I didn't pay it off in time. I had a year of interest, and I didn't pay it off in time. And I had to pay the interest on it because I was just not paying attention. I was like, it was my fault. And because I got this big bike off of it. But the interest was $1,300 a month, just the interest, which was way more than 33%. So they were doing some extra interest. Like there's some kind of scam they were doing. So that's when I immediately had to sell my van so that I wouldn't lose interest. And I just barely paid off the card after selling my van. But, so yeah, so I have another one of those cards, those nightmare cards coming up that I have to pay off completely by October. And luckily I only owe $1,700 on it. That was from my $9,000 stereo that I got. Last year, my mom's friend died, and so I got like this really nice Impreza for $1,000, but the problem, it didn't have a radio. And and then at the same time, they had 30% off over at the car stereo place, which they always have 30% off. It's like some kind of a scam. Because when I tried to sell it back, it turned out I didn't save any money at all from buying it from 30% off, blowout sale. But anyway, so I blew $9,000 to get a 1,000-watt stereo in my car, and then my mom gives away $16,000 the next week, and I had to sell the car the next day. So I had a badass stereo for a week, but I didn't really use it because I needed to get a new alternator. The alternator was about to die, and I was waiting on the alternator, and the alternator came in the mail like 2 weeks after I sold the fucking car. So it was just a money blow. Some kind of voodoo magic thing. My mom got hypnotized over the phone. So anyways, by one of those pop-up fucking things, man. Don't call the goddamn pop. And the frustrating thing is, I was showing my mom those YouTube videos of those guys. I can't remember the guys who bust the scammers and they pretend that they're old people and they make the Indian scammers really mad. I was begging my mom to watch those videos. She didn't want to watch a single one, and I begged her to watch at least one with her. She refused, and I kept trying to tell her, because she always likes to bother me like I'm giving away too much information. I'm going to get my identity stolen because I have YouTube. She's 82. She doesn't have a clue. And I'm like, Mom, the way that people rip people off is they trick you into giving them the money. You just give it to them. And I'll show you how it happens. She's like, no. And then she goes and falls for the same goddamn scam. So, in order to get them inoculated, we have to pay a $16,000 fucking inoculation fee because my mom refused to watch those videos. But thanks to those guys, because I'm sure they're saving a lot of old people who, and I don't know what happens to your brain when you get 80. All of a sudden, you can't track, you can't think of anything. You're just like, really? So, anyway, no, I'm not saying that Biden's too old to be president, though. Trump is too old to be president. Biden, look, he always stammered. He always had a stutter. He probably stutters less now than he did when he was 13 years old. So it's not that he's old. It's that he's a stutterer. And, you know, if you're the president, it's all about decision making anyway, you know? It's not about how fucking fast you can talk. Anyway, so anybody who says Biden is this, that, can't do this, can't do that, it's all bullshit. You should read the tweet that Don Trump Jr. did about Biden's wood and all this stuff and how he can't get it up. He's such a pathetic little loser, man, little cokehead loser. Those guys are probably going to die of a cocaine overdose within the next 5 years. Anyway, I was actually saying that to my mom because the only reason Trump is still alive because he never did drugs, right? But he's so crazy that if he did do drugs, the drugs would kill him. Like the alcohol killed his brother, and the cocaine will kill his kids, I'm sure. Anyway, because you have enough money to buy as much as you need, right? Anyway, yeah. So today, today I'm gonna smoke a bunch of weed. Oh fuck! And then I'm gonna do I'll do the paperwork. I'll do the application. First, I'm gonna do the home loan application. Then I'm gonna do the Medicaid application. Then I'm gonna organize all my paperwork because that's actually the one thing that I never did yet. I never organized all my paperwork up there. It's just sitting up there because I'm kind of like going on the studio. So. And then if I have time, I'll do the studio, but I don't know if I'll have time because my mom wants me to go to a dance recital, whether like a ballet thing over at the dairy, where where the girls they get really skimpy in those skimpy little see-through ballet outfits and jump around. Ooh, that'll be fun. So and she paid for it. So anyways, that's what I'm up to. I'm putting this studio together pretty damn quick, and when I come out with the studio, it's gonna be a game changer. It's gonna be the best studio and the best freaking streamer in the history of mankind, dude. So that I could be like, somebody bail me out. One of you rich brokes. There needs to be a word for somebody who has too much money, but they also can't give any away at the same time. So they like a super rich, filthy rich person with the biggest poverty mentality in the history of mankind. You know, like somebody with at least say $100 million, but who who talks like a Donald Trump type Jr. type of a person, talks like a illiterate person. Because that kind of, and then I could actually go up to those people and I could be like, hey, guess what? You're a so and so. You're a rich broke. Alleviate your rich broke mental illness and hook me up with like $100, which would be like the world to me. So, anyways, I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna get on Facebook and see if anybody wants to be my roommate. That's the other way that I could get out of money problems. Hey, there's my little ferret. That's what it looks like when they're going across. He probably wants to go nappy again. Okay, talk to you tomorrow.